When Pearl Harbor shattered America's isolationist fantasies, General George Marshall faced a peculiar dilemma: how to transform farm boys and factory workers into global warriors who understood why they were fighting. His answer? Have Hollywood's most beloved populist, Frank Capra, wage war with light and shadow. This is our second examination of the propaganda films of World War II, and today we dissect Capra's Why We Fight, The Battle for China. Capra arrived at his Pentagon assignment with experience making beloved features like Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, but he wasn't a documentary filmmaker. His brilliant approach was conceptual jujitsu. He would let fascism indict itself. Enemy newsreels, speeches, and triumphalist spectacles would be surgically re-edited into their own damning testimony. Let the enemy prove to our soldiers the enormity of his cause, Capra declared, and the justness of ours. The gamble paid off. Roosevelt, impressed by Prelude to War, ordered the series released to civilians. 54 million Americans would eventually witness Capra's cinematic sermons. The formula was strong narration, swelling orchestras, and surgical editing that carved the world into moral absolutes. The Battle for China shouldered a burden more delicate than the series' other installments. Beyond selling democracy versus fascism, it had to perform cultural alchemy, introducing America's Chinese allies and transforming historical yellow peril stereotypes. Capra faced the task of introducing 5 millennia of Chinese civilization to audiences whose geographic knowledge might not extend beyond state lines. His solution framed the narrative in terms of shared values. Sun Yat-sen became China's Washington, Chinese resistance became Lexington and Concord writ large. Capra elevated Chinese endurance, reframing 8 years of occupation and resistance not as victimization, but as civilization's first stand against fascist barbarism. The film does have what, today, we know as historical errors. It references the Takana Memorial, supposedly Japan's 1927 blueprint for global conquest, that was likely fabricated. But Capra wasn't engaged in historical deception. He was a filmmaker using the intelligence available at the time. Similarly, the film's stated death toll of 40,000 in the atrocities of Nanjing is a stark understatement of the 200 to 300,000 killed now accepted by historians. This wasn't an attempt to whitewash the enemy, but a reflection of the limited information escaping the war zone. In fact, the film's most haunting sequences derive their power from authenticity. Grainy 16mm footage of Japanese atrocities smuggled out of China by an American priest, which provided damning testimony to the war's true horror. Ultimately, the most discordant note is found not within the film itself, but in the stark and jarring reversal of geopolitical narratives that followed. In the Cold War shadow, Japan was recast as a peaceful, aesthetic culture, while all our former allies, the people of mainland China, after communist takeover, were suddenly portrayed as monolithic, fanatical hordes. The Battle of China preserves a history often marginalized in Western accounts, that of the Second Sino-Japanese War, as the true opening act of this global conflict. China's 8-year resistance, fought against staggering odds, is a story that has to be remembered. Today, as new lines are drawn and old alliances are tested, Capra's film serves as a powerful reminder of how narrative shapes reality and how the allies of yesterday can become the adversaries of tomorrow. But the human cost of conflict is a haunting constant. Have you seen this film? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and we'll continue this series in upcoming videos. Take care.